Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Well, except for that guy. Working on the green car. Surprise! We are doing odds and ends right now because we are waiting on more parts to come in. I'm waiting on my valves. I'm waiting on my oil pump. I got my BTR springs and retainers. Just your basic 660s. Platinum retainers, the whole shebang. This is what I ran in the last motor. Same cam. So those are in, ready to go. We're waiting. Polish this up today. Ooh, that came out. That came out pretty. Hopefully the oil pump and valves will be here this weekend. If they're here this weekend, we're getting that put together with those heads, and we're going to put it in that car, because all I got to do is assemble these. I got to assemble these heads, valves in, which LS heads are, they're easy. You know, I got the Brian Tooley tools to hold the valve spring down. I've had that. Bolt the heads down, torque the heads down, put the oil pump in, bolt the pan on for good, stick the balancer on, and we could put this thing in the car. You know, so I polished that up. I got my motor plate sitting over there. Once we dump it in the car, it's game on from there. You know, my transmission good, my converter's good. I don't have to do nothing with that. But I think I'm getting lazy in my old age. So I think what we'll do is, once the motor's set in the car, because it's easier to set the motor in the car here than it is in my shop. Mainly because of depth-wise. It's just, the engine hoist isn't as good at the shop. I need to put a new piston on it, and I just don't do enough engine work there to warrant fixing it. So I'll dump the motor in here, which is, you know, it's motor plate, 4 bolts in the front, and I'll just put 2 transmission bolts in the back to hold it through the mid plate, and the motor's in. I'll stick it in the trailer. I'll stick the transmission in the truck with the converter, with the drive shaft, with all the fittings for wiring for underneath, all that. We'll put it on the lift at the shop. We'll put all that stuff in, use a tranny jack, and just make life a little easier instead of trying to... I think the transmission is 145 pounds in itself, and then, you know, converter's what, another 30, 40 pounds? So trying to hoist 200 pounds on the car, I'm just over that. Especially when I have free reign of lifts. Anyway, that's the game plan right now. Today is Thursday. Saturday, hopefully, fingers crossed, all the parts are here. But right now we're working on getting things in the car. I got to start running the wiring out from both sides, because I got to rewire my headlights. I got to wire both O2 sensors. Ow! Good golly. That's Steve's fault. This is GPS for the dash. And, like, I got to rewire my wipers. But what I think I want to do, since I'm going to go to the PDM, I thought about this the other day. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do high and low on there and off. But then the wipers won't park correctly. You know what I'm saying? So I have to see if I got to do some testing on the wiper motor, if I can go on low, hit a button high, hit a button park off. I don't know. I have to do some more research on that and do some testing. Oh, that's cute. Broken wire right there. Broken sheath, I should say. So before I repin the wiper motor, we have to do that. I gotta start getting stuff out here. Horn wire has to come out here. Dome pressure sensor wire has to come out here. I gotta wire in the line lock. This is for the line lock, but I'm going very simple on the line lock this year. I don't usually use it, but I gotta get better at doing burnouts. And that's gonna involve using the line lock. So I got this pretty cool button from Modern Racing. I'm gonna show you. Let me get a headlamp here, and we'll take this into the car, because I got to mount it anyway and get ready to wire it. So the line lock's easy. It's just power in, you know, 12 volt in, 12 volt out to the line lock. But it's got this trick little potted cap on the back, nice rake hem. And what I'll do is I'll just put a 2-pin on the back of this Deutsch connector, and that'll be in and out. But I have to take this thing out to, I like the little vacuum seal. See if this is the right size. Nope. So my problem was to do a burnout on this car. I started in second gear, instantly click third, but I'm never good with the brakes. So now I'll have the line lock, so I can get the burnout going, click third, let off that while everything else is working just fine. That is the plan of me doing a burnout procedure, because the cars, some of my friends are making fun of me. That doesn't go that way. About my burnouts and how wimpy and weak they are, and they said I'd probably be better suited to start rolling out so I can actually pick up some rubber off the track and get better traction. But I'm like, well, the car very rarely ever spins, so I don't know. But hopefully this year it's air shifted. What I'll do is I'll make a little thing off that mount at the full sweep, so it'll be like this. Or I can go backwards and come down with all this other nonsense. I'm gonna change this out to a Deutsch connector too, because I hate this thing. It's for your neutral safety switch. Air. Modern Racing too for that piece. It makes a lot of cool stuff. Zip tied, and I ordered that, so this is gonna be a lot nicer instead of all this happy nonsense. I'd like to redo this one of these days, which I probably will. Let's figure out. All my Philly goosenecks. Leave my tools in there. I'll be looking for those for weeks. See, I got dumb stuff like, oh, this is my trans brake. I got a whole bunch of wiring over here for sensors. What is this? Wiring for sensors that I got to run back out to the engine bay, but I'm not doing that till the engine's in the car. I don't even know what that big plug is for. I didn't label it like an idiot. So I don't know if I can keep my factory ignition. So this is the factory wiper, blinker, switchy, jammy thingy. And I got the trick one from Motion. You probably can't see, but I make it too dark. So this one's, it's very nice. Like, it's so positive feeling, and it's tiny. Why don't I just do the stock one? I mean, see the size difference in these things? But the problem I might run into is, where am I going to mount that? Because it comes with this collar. You put the collar around, but I made mounts. Anybody who wants a factory ignition, you can just weld tabs and bolt it down. This is getting kind of too race car for me, and I'm not sure if I like it. The problem is the arm's shorter. You can't see a dang thing. The arm is so much shorter that I don't know if driving, I'm gonna be comfortable putting my blinkers on, you know? The problem is, I drive my car a lot. Like a lot. 5,000-6,000 miles a year. So it's kind of like, I need to be comfortable at all times, but we're on the verge of being like a flat out race car, especially with the winter updates that are coming. So I got it mounted. I cut about a 1/4 inch off the end of the ignition column here. You can see the clean metal. It's stuck out all the way around the mounts and everything. I'm just past the column mount. This is the piece that, you know, it's bolted, whatever this thing is damn called, the stopper. This is bolted to the inner 3/4 chromoly. I'll show you. I mean, it's definitely uncomfortable because I'm used to just being able to do it out here because that one's so much longer, but it's not something I can't get used to. Or I just, you know, put BMW emblems on this thing and just not use my blinkers ever again. Could also do that. 3 wires, left, right, power. So I can run the left and right down and out, and I split it to go to the front blinker, split it to go to the rear blinker, and then I have a power come in. You still got to put a flasher relay in. Yeah, I won't have hazards anymore because I'm not going to wire the factory switches back up, and power out of the panel to a flasher relay into the blinker, and that's that. My buddy Adam said wire it through the PDM and pulse width modulate it, and I'm just like, that's getting too fancy. So this is what I'm talking about, like that. All that right there is for the wipers. All this, yeah, I can't reach it. All this is for wipers, and I want to eliminate all of this because it's just too much. So I got to do that. My ignition doesn't start the car because the ignition switch actually went bad all them years ago, and but I use this to put power to that. So all this is it's just a power switch, but with the factory key, so it still looks nice. Do I need this? No. I could literally just have my battery power be the option, you know, pull the battery switch and turns the battery on, and there's power to everything. But I really like having the key, and I want to have the key to power on that fuse panel. I see. Because I don't want everything coming on with the battery. Like maybe I just have to use a really heavy duty relay, because I want the ECU and everything to be on the key. So I don't want that coming on with battery power. I want to be able to control the car separately. How the hell did I have this wired? So I think, yeah, because it was momentary. It was ignition hot. No, see, now I got to think about this, how I had this. Maybe that fuse panel came on with the battery, and then all my ECU and all that stuff came on with the key. But I would like to be able to leave my battery switch on and not have anything on. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to constantly kill the battery to not drain the battery. More things to figure out, I guess. How can I run that type of power? So I would assume it's going to have to be some serious heavy duty relay, and then the ignition would just be a signal. I'd have to run 12 volt in, from the battery and then out to the relay to trigger it, and then I just have like 4-gauge wire. I don't know, wiring gets a little complicated when I overthink it, and it's late and I'm tired, so my brain is fried about wiring right now. So maybe we'll ponder on that. And like I said, I got to figure out the wipers. Blinkers are figured out. Headlights are going to be on the PDM. That's super easy. That's literally one wire. I don't have high beams. Don't ever need them. So one wire out of the PDM to go to the headlights. Two wires out of the blinker to go out for that. Oh, I need one wire for the running lights out to the front, which is going to be off the PDM as well. So it'll be like the headlight button will be one press will be running lights, second press will be headlights, third press will be off. Yeah, so we got to start running cable, hanging cable. I got to start plotting it out better, because last time it got to be a little much. So I got to sit down, I got to write everything down, map everything out, see where everything's going to go to and from, and go from there. And like I said, the chassis is separate of the engine, so I'm not worried about the engine. There's no engine in the car, so we don't have to put any of that wiring in at this moment. So we're going to concentrate on getting the chassis wired, which nearly isn't as difficult as before, because we're going very basic with the wiring. Am I repeating myself? I might be repeating myself, but fuck Steve. So we have to start. Oh god, there's just like, I don't even know what this box does for the wipers. Like, I don't even know. I just wired it to the factory. My brain hurts. How about yours? Radio, wipers, heater, lights, inside and out, parachute arming, not release. Release is on the steering wheel. Parachute arming. Yeah, see, you know what? I'm gonna go start writing this all down and getting this figured out. We'll come back to it when my brain's not so fried. Alright guys, I just got back. Oh, this is the piece from the ignition that I cut off. Oh, I just got back from Scotty's. Valves aren't in yet. They'll be here Monday. So I got an oil pump and a whole bunch of Fragola fittings. New ones for my brake lines, because I showed you guys those were corroded. I don't know if I showed you those actually, but I still need to get new front brake lines. I got some dash 1290s and straights. This is for my oil drain, so we'll put those over there. So since we can't assemble cylinder heads that camera's sitting on top of right now till Monday, I'm probably not going to put a video out this weekend, so this come out next week, because I don't have much to talk about, or do, I should say. I mean, I have a lot to do, but I want to get the motor done. So this is a Melling. Everybody gets a Melling. Where is it? 10355. This is high standard pressure, high flow, something like that. I can't remember. Oh, instructions. A whole bunch of stickers. Did you know Melling manufactures water pumps for GM LS engines? Don't care. Alrighty. Relief valve. Attention! Due to the nature of anodizing process, some color variations or spotting may occur from lot to lot. This variation will not affect the pump's performance or durability. Relief valve. The oil pump is supplied with a high pressure relief spring. If a lower pressure is desired, remove the red spring and replace it with the blue spring. I got a green and a yellow. There's not a blue. Changing the relief spring will not change the low idle pressure. Well, the easiest thing I've done to lining this up is I've taken a spare gear push it through.
Someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread where the angels fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save my soul but turn him into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty.
The bottom end's officially done now. How many times am I gonna take that off? Covers are all on, oil pans on, dampeners on. I forgot I still had the studs out of my Gen 4 motor. Well, the little baby studs out of the other motor. So I was able to stick those in instead of buying bolts. What I'll do is I'll buy bolts for the motor for this and just rob the studs. Well, it's a week later and my valves still haven't shown up. So I think I'm gonna wrap this video up. A couple odds and ends. I'm just about done putting the small block back together for my boat. Just torqued this head down. Oh, there's my phone. That one's ready to go. I gotta go get the cam out of the boat. I need the cam. So, and I'm in the middle of a lumber project for a shed. So I gotta go out. It's off and on raining today. But I gotta go get the cam out of the boat because the original short block is still in the boat. So I gotta go out there and yank the balancer off, yank the timing off of it and get the cam out. And then I can slide the cam into there, put all the lifters in, put the lifter hold down on, the little spider jammy, put the push rods in, set the rockers. You know, you actually have to adjust these. Oh, are these adjustable? You just set them to zero lash, I'm assuming? I don't know. I don't know shit about small blocks, Chevys. So I'll have to look that up and figure that out. I ordered a new intake manifold, well, refurbed, because this one is shot. Someone hacked it up for more flow or something, but this is completely rotted. So I found one on eBay for 180 bucks, refurbed. That's going on, and then we'll see if this thing's actually any good. But we also, when doing that, building the shed, replacing the trailer ramp floor, because I got it next weekend, it's going to chassis cert, so I gotta be able to get my Mustang in. But we got our shocks back. Clean bill of health, ready to go in the car right now. So we'll jack up the car. Once I finish the boat motor, we'll do this. We'll get the shocks in. Get these in ready to go. Get the, I didn't expect them to be this, like it was like 2 weeks. I didn't expect 2 weeks. So if it was 2 weeks, I would have left the thing in the air with it all apart. But I figured I would have had the motor in the car already and need the thing down on the ground. So more work for no reason. But I don't think I even tightened, I did tighten it. And it's 3 bolts. You know, you got the one nut up here and the 2 down there, and these are back in the car. So we'll do that. I'm gonna go check out this cam first though. All right, well, there's about 10 hours of my life I'll never get back. But it's done. All freshly screwed down, all new. Fancy, fancy. just a touch short up here by like, I don't know, maybe a quarter of an inch, but whatever, it's fine. It'll work. So pretty excited. Only thing I gotta do is paint it, which in the grand scheme of things, I ain't got zero time for that in my life. Oh yeah, I gotta fix the upper lights, because when this thing all snapped off, it got wrapped around here and ripped out. So I have to, this is for the camera, that's tore out, and this is for my brake lights, which I'm pretty sure it just pulled out of the connectors. Yeah, because there's still the stubs on those. So we gotta fix that too. I mean, I don't have to fix it before Saturday because I'm going in the daytime, but it has to get fixed. So next thing, I gotta clean the whole trailer out. I gotta get everything out of here. Well, everything, just the big trailer, just the little trailer. I'm gonna make a rack for this on the nose, all my straps, my drag week jack. But other than that, today's BS is done. Thank God, that sucked. I don't know how people do this whole thing, because, I mean, you see how swollen my hand is from screwing all new screws in. And, yeah, that sucked. It was not having fun. And I have to get a garage guy out here to give me a new cable on this side so this door's not so heavy. I've only been putting that off for like 5 years. So maybe I'll get that done this year. We'll see. I still gotta pull down the roof, and fix that hole, which I have zero ambition to do. Like, it's almost on the verge. I just want to sell the trailer. But that's not gonna happen. Well, you can obviously see this got waterlogged. Oh, it's soft too. So these two panels, got it. I think the hole's right about here. Got to get replaced. Yippee! And I'm not. So to fix this the correct way, you got to peel the whole entire roof off, because of the way these panels are joined. They're not overlapped. It's almost like a Pittsburgh seam. And being this thing's 20 years old, that's never going to come apart. I've talked to 3 different trailer repair places, and they've all said the same thing. The whole roof's got to come off. Replace the whole thing. You know, hopefully there's no trusses that are cracked. If they're cracked, I'll just patch them in here, and you know, I'll re-support them in here, and do the best I can. But we're not taking the roof off. So what I'm gonna do is, I got some sheet aluminum from when I built this siding on this. I'm gonna cut a big patch out, rivet it on with panel bond on the top. I'll clean it all up, and then like I said, I'll panel bond it and rivet it on, and that'll be, you know, I'll rivet the whole edge of it so the edge isn't just up in the air, and that'll be our repair for it. And then inside here, so I might as well put the heat and AC unit on the roof at the same time, because I got to get into that panel. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap up this absolutely atrocious video. I wish I had better content for you guys. I wish I was putting the motor in the car right now instead, and showing you guys that, and putting the heads together and torquing them down and getting the motor in the car and getting it ready. But my valves still aren't here. My valve covers still aren't here. That's going on 2 months as well. What else? My hot side's not done at Cerakote. It's just, I'm losing motivation, and I'm losing motivation very, very fast. So I'm gonna try to keep chugging along, but I got so many other projects, and honestly, I wanna do the boat more right now, because this I can enjoy with my family. This is relaxation. So we gotta get the cam out of this. So I drag. Next year I'll be getting it covered, because I cannot believe how dirty this thing got over the winter. And it's just, it looks, I mean, it needed to be buffed anyway, but it just looks hellacious. So get in the garage, guys, grab a cold drink, get to work on whatever the hell you got to work on, because it's not hot rods apparently. But like I said, that'll be loaded in for Saturday for chassis cert. So maybe I'll get some inspiration then. We will see. Have a great night.